Top 7 Abandoned Military Bases. The need for military bases has always been a relevant necessity, whether it's a wartime secret hideout or simply just a massive complex used to store utilities. Many bases and installations are erected, only to be abandoned for their original purpose later down the road. While some of these constructions have been repurposed or are now home to a new function, many others have been long forgotten to the sands of time, left to literally rot and decompose all across the world. From humongous centers to hidden subterranean secrets, let's take a look at 7 of the most intriguing abandoned military bases. Number 7. The Royal Air Force Station. Used during the Second World War, the Royal Air Force Station Hethel, or more commonly referred to as RAF Hethel, is a former aircraft station accessible to both the United States Army Air Forces and the Royal Air Force, located 7 miles southwest of Norwich, Norfolk, England. This massive runway system is still visible via aerial photos. However, since 1966, Lotus Cars moved into the abandoned factory, removing many of the existing runways and access roads to be redeveloped as a test track for their vehicles. Acting as an engineering consultancy, the company also provides engineering development within the automotive industry, putting this 55-acre former airfield to good use, even adding a racing division and driving academy to the premises. Number 6. Balaklava. This top-secret military facility, located in Balaklava Bay in Crimea, is an underground submarine base that was used during the heightened tensions of the Cold War. Sitting atop a narrow, winding inlet with an average width of only 300 meters, this Stalin-commissioned secret base harbors the city not only from harsh weather, but also the prying eyes of enemy spies, as the entire base is invisible to the human eye. Constructed over the course of 4 years, the complex was operational from 1961 to 1993, left unguarded until its passing to the naval forces of Ukraine in the year 2000. According to the order of the State Secretary of the Ministry of Defense in 2002, the abandoned facility's new purpose is a naval museum complex open to the public. Number 5. The Željava Airbase. Situated right along the border between Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, the Željava Airbase was the largest underground airport and military airbase in what was now formerly called Yugoslavia and remains one of the largest in Europe to this day. After 20 years of construction, this $6 billion facility was used with great frequency in 1991 during the Yugoslav Wars. However, during the withdrawal, the army first destroyed runways by detonating explosives, eventually finishing the job after a staggering 56 tons of explosives were set off in 1992 by the military of Serbia Krajina. The explosion was so powerful, the nearby city of Bihać was shaken, with villagers claiming smoke continued to rise from the defunct tunnels for almost 6 months after the destruction. Number 4. The Flak Towers. These 8 large complexes, built to be above-ground anti-aircraft gun blockhouse towers, were constructed in Berlin, Hamburg, and Vienna beginning in 1940. Other cities such as Stuttgart and Frankfurt also used flak towers, which were smaller and meant to be single-purposed, built on key outlying German strongpoints, used by the Luftwaffe to serve as a defense to Allied air raids on their surrounding cities during World War II. Their secondary purpose was to provide air raid shelter to the tens of thousands of civilians in threat of danger, as well as air defense coordination. These permanent Nazi castles now have a variety of repurposed uses, some as simple as a quirky climbing wall attraction, while others that become music schools, shops, and even a nightclub. Number 3. The St. Nazaire Submarine Base. Before World War II, St. Nazaire was noted to be one of the largest harbors in the Atlantic coast of France. During the Battle of France, however, the German army arrived in 1940, immediately changing its use to accommodate submarine operations, with a U-46 even arriving as shortly as 3 months later. The German engineering group known as the Organisation Todt initiated the conversion into a submarine base that would be invulnerable to airstrikes from England. Work began in 1941 with the construction of a tower, finally culminating the process in 1942. In early 1944, a fortified lock was added to the facility to protect submarines during the transfer from the Loire River and the other dangers about. Today, the submarine base is at the heart of the Villeport project, available for visitation. Number 2. RAF Stenigot. These bizarre, science fiction-inspired UFO proxies were built to be used for extremely long-range radar during World War II. Constructed in Lincolnshire, England, this communications center populated the countryside with massive dishes jutting out through the greenery, creating an eerie landscape. Although the site was upgraded in the late 1950s, The entire area was officially decommissioned in the 1980s. Most of the structures continued to stand for about a decade longer until their commissioned demolition in 1996. Although the majority of the site is now rubble, a few of the space-age dishes can be seen in the distance alongside the turf in Lincolnshire. Although they appear to be abandoned entirely, we can't help wondering if there's any little green men inside. Number 1. The Beelitz Heilstatten Military Hospital. This enormous 60-building complex located in the wilderness just outside of Berlin was an extremely busy hospital during World War II. Initially built as a sanatorium in the late 1800s, this spooky complex was converted into a military hospital, treating Hitler during World War I, which included movie theaters, psych wards, and even a rifle range. Although usage became stunted after the wars, operations actually continued in some capacity or another until the year 2000, when it was officially shut down. Select buildings have been meticulously restored, serving as a pristine relic of time past, while the rest of the facility is a terrifying shell of its former self, now turned over to urban explorers and thrill-seeking ghost hunters. We have to admit, it's ridiculously creepy in there. Thank you for watching Interesting Top 7s. If you love our lists, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for new videos every week.